Mama Dot got
and
got
CC
beat. She.
and C Scratch.
Here we go in three, two, one.
Hi, I'm C Scratch, and we're back at the Success Women's Conference 2017 here at the IP Casino Resort Spa. I have the honor of sitting down with one of the co-founders of the Success Women's Conference on the third annual Success Women's Conference, Dorothy Wilson.
Well, thank you. Listen, it has been a tremendous day.
Yeah.
I said this morning during one of the sessions, I'm walking in my dreams.
Wow.
When we started 3 years ago, thinking, we're just going to put together a small women's conference. Mm-hmm. And then we got together with a group of folks and started planning. And it's like, go big or go home.
Yeah.
If we're going to do this, let's do it well. And I feel that in year 3, so many pieces came together. Mm-hmm. And I've been so energized and empowered and inspired. And I'm so grateful for all of the women who are in attendance today. I saw women who were writing down things and nodding their head, saying, I have the answer that I need.
Yeah.
I know what my next step is. Mm-hmm. I understand what's the problem with my thinking. Mm-hmm. And so it's just been a very, very powerful day.
Yes, and talking about year 3, we've spoken with so many women today that remembered after Katrina, BPW bringing together a table full of people celebrating them for women of achievements. And they were just saying, seeing this is just amazing to them to know, like you said, the start of it. And a lot of them were saying, I swear this conference has been going on for years, for a decade, because it's just so amazing.
Well, we have, as women, we have so many things that we have to do in a day, so many hats to wear, so many responsibilities, and we don't really, stop and say, I'm going to take a day for me. I'm going to take a day for my other sisters.
Right.
I want to go be inspired, but I also want to empower someone else. I want to connect to someone who I can help in business. I want to introduce someone to a sponsor or a mentor. And to me, there's nothing more powerful than this.
Absolutely. The other thing I've been hearing a lot of is the atmosphere that you all have somehow just created, that everyone is feeling this energy. They were like, I walked away feeling positive, and they just want to bask in it. And now, like you said, take it into their business, take it into their next steps. How did you go about setting the atmosphere for this event?
I think that there were some things that we did very intentionally. One of the things that we did is we tried to lower the platforms and the podiums so that the speakers, the presenters, were touchable. Mm-hmm. We also worked really hard to identify and bring in speakers who we felt were real. Mm-hmm. Cheryl Wood, our keynote speaker, kept talking about this morning her ebonics. We feel that someone who is very, very successful at her level, who can come in and be comfortable in being herself, it sends a message to other women that it's okay. I've been saying all day long, and as you can tell, I've almost lost my voice. I've been saying all day to as many people as I can, we have to be our own kind of successful. Yeah. And I think that to me is an underlying energy and synergy in this conference, is women lighting up, like a switchboard.
Right.
It's like, that touched me, and that made me comfortable right where I am, or that made me feel good about the fact that I'm this or that I'm that. I just came out of a session where I asked each woman in one of the Ask Anything huddles, to complete the sentence, I like myself because. Mm-hmm. And what they were talking about was what other people thought about them and how other people saw them and how do you overcome that. And my response to them was to answer that question. What do you like about yourself? Yeah. And after they answered that question, my follow-up question was, based on what you just said, is that not enough?
Yeah.
What you like about yourself?
Yeah. I was actually thinking about that because I came in on that moment. And one thing that I really appreciate as an event organizer is that you're not just creating another carbon copy of another event. you're very conscious in making sure that there's value for the attendees, because when you ask questions like that, that requires action. That
Yeah.
requires them to have to go and think about that a little bit, for them to have to show up for themselves into
Yeah.
those next steps. So I just think that's really valuable, and everyone I've talked to has just been saying they've really been just walking away with all of these nuggets.
And I think also, thank you. I think that it was really important to help each person who was here, no matter whether they're in a corporate suite, an attorney or a physician, or if they were an entrepreneur just starting out, or a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur, that there was a way for them to connect
Yeah.
and be empowered. And so there's a good mix of topics. Bringing Christy Pickering in, for instance, to talk about relationships,
Right.
and relationships that are harmful to you and how to get out of them.
Right.
Girl, you deserve better.
Right.
I dipped into that session, and there weren't a whole lot of women in there, but the women who were in that session, they were receiving something.
Right.
They were being changed. They were being transformed.
Yeah. When I was in the opening session this morning with Cheryl Wood, I was kind of on the side where I could pan over and see a lot of faces. And there was this moment where I felt like you couldn't find a dry eye in the audience. There was really, like you said, this deeper connection that stripped women down from their labels and their titles for a moment in a safe haven space,
Yes, that's
to just connect at a human level.
yes, yes.
And that, I really believe, is what has this atmosphere buzzing,
Yes.
because,
And it's also a celebration.
yeah.
You know, we honored 37 women here today, but it wasn't just about the 37 women who were honored. It was, I don't know this honoree, but I'm so very proud of her. I'm so very proud of this woman that I just met at my table,
Yeah.
and it's incredible what she's doing.
Yeah.
And so it was a celebration in small ways and in very large ways.
Right. Well, what would you like to see going forward for the Success Conference and next year and the years to come? I'm going
Yeah.
to speak it into your life.
I really have a vision for the second half of the day to become a conference within a conference. That's part of my vision. And what that looks like is there are so many organizations, companies, that would love to be able to put on a professional women's developmental opportunity. But they look at what's involved to make that happen. They look at the cost, and they faint, and it does not happen. They talk about it for many years. And so I believe that if what we're trying to do is empower people,
Right.
we also should be empowering organizations. And so we
Yeah.
want to create an opportunity for about 5 different tracks next year.
Right.
Women's health will likely be one of them. Financial success will likely be one of them. We're looking at several things. And what we want to happen in those is to have a mini seminar on a topic, an area of your interest, to be presented by other organizations where they come in and they're having that conference within the conference.
Right.
The other thing is that we recognize, especially as entrepreneurs, but also as corporate women, that we need more hands-on training. And that's not about just listening to a workshop presenter. We believe that we need sessions where people actually can work.
Right.
Small businesses are battling with keeping their books, and they don't have time to take off to go to 2 or 3 days of QuickBooks training, but they need to be able to have tools, software,
Right.
to be able to make them to increase their capacity in their business. And so being able to have an hour and a half session where somebody can get them on their laptop, they can download the software, can teach them how to set it up right there in the classroom.
Yeah.
And so when they leave the conference, they have what they need to be
Yeah.
able to do their books better. And that's an example of some of the things that we're wanting to do.
That's amazing. So you have so much to look forward to. Make sure you're connected at successconference.info. One more quick question. The theme, which you guys have come up with,
Yeah.
is actually trickled throughout everything. Everybody knows it by now too, right? Women standing tall. What does a woman standing tall look like to you?
A woman standing tall looks like a woman who is comfortable with who she is, who is content in her own purpose. She's not looking at what she's doing over there, what title this person has. She is content with where she's positioned. She's content with her path. She's excited about her future.
Yeah.
She's standing tall, and she's being her own kind of successful. That's standing tall.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dorothy, and thank you for putting on yet an amazing conference.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you very much.